everyone. I hope you all are well. It's been so long since I've made a video, probably a couple months. Life has been a little hard, up and down, a little weird, gone through a few things, but it's looking better now. I'm doing okay. And I miss y'all. I really do miss talking to my subscribers. We have such a fun group here. And anyways, I thought let's make a video this weekend. So I'm back doing that. I thought I would do the TMI tag. It's kind of a random non-beauty tag. I saw Sandra, TT Sandra, up in Canada, did this tag a few days ago, and it was really fun to watch and to learn about some things in her life. So thought I would give that a go. And let's just get started. Question 1, what are you wearing? I am wearing a sweatshirt from Moss Copenhagen and a scarf from the brand Hollies, which I purchased at Norman, Copenhagen, and a necklace by Pico, a Danish little jewelry shop, and then these like sweater legging pants that I just wear, like lounge pants on the weekends. Don't wear them to work, but they're so comfy. They're like leggings, kind of baggy, made of sweater material. They're made of wool. Okay, question 2, ever been in love? I sure have. 3, ever had a terrible breakup? I did in my mid-20s. It was pretty bad. It was a short relationship and the guy really did a number on me. Not a good time. Question 4, how tall are you? I am 5'7", which is 170 centimeters. Question 8, how much do you weigh? A lot of people aren't answering it, but why don't I answer that one and then skip the age question? Can we make that trade? I weigh 112 maybe. I've gained a few pounds in the last month because I've been working on it. I'm trying to get my BMI up. I'm supposed to be around 118, I think, 116, but it was a little low. But my body's naturally pretty small. It doesn't want to gain weight easily. Thankfully, I guess I'm lucky in that way, but for health reasons, I am trying to get it up because my doctors are saying it's causing me problems to have that weight. 6, any tattoos? No. Any piercings? Just in my ears. I have 3 here, 1 up here that I don't use, and then 2 on this one. OTP. I had to look this up, and it's one-time password is what it, no, I'm just kidding. That is one meaning for it. That's the professional usage of the term, but I think they are looking for a one true pairing or something. That's such a silly thing. Why not just write out the full statement if you want people to like answer the question? Oh, acronyms by the youth today is so silly. One true pairing, I don't know. I really like Prince William and Princess Kate. I think they're amazing and really adorable, and they seem very much in love, and I wish them all the best. Favorite show? Favorite classic show, favorite show of all time would be Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Loved that show. Current show, what would it be? Game of Thrones. I really love Game of Thrones. Favorite bands? The XX, really love Arcade Fire. Last one, classic Fleetwood Mac. They are the best ever. Love Fleetwood Mac. It makes me sound very old, but I don't care. 11, something that I miss. I miss my nephews so much. The 2 little babies, they're so cute. I mean, they're getting to be almost a year old, and I miss them every day. My heart is just like aching to hold them. I just love them, and I get to Skype with them a couple times a week, but it's still not enough. Favorite song? I have a tie between Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah and Johnny Cash, The Man Comes Around. I love that song. Zodiac sign, I'm a Libra. 15, quality you look for in a partner. It's tough. I mean, the most important thing I'm looking for, or I did look for, and I found, was a good heart. And if you have a good heart, then that good heart will direct you to do the most moral things, to have compassion, to have love, to have generosity. So for me, compassion is very important, and having a really decent moral heart. Thankfully, I found that in Martin. Favorite quote? I've always just loved the quote, and I think they attribute it to Plato, but there's been different versions of it since, but it is, be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Favorite actor? I really love Gene Hackman. If we're looking at actors over 60, I think he's fantastic. Actors under 60, it's actually an actor who's like a friend of the family, but he plays a lot of different character actors. His name's Shea Wiggum. He plays Sheriff Eli on Boardwalk Empire. He's in all of the David Russell movies like American Hustle. He was in Silver Linings Playbook. He's such a good actor. I love Shea Whigham. And he's someone that, yeah, my friends know. Favorite color is pink. Loud music or soft? Both. I like a little loud music. I like rap. I like some heavy stuff. But I also really like soft music, classical stuff. 20, where do you go when you're sad? I go to Martin. He makes everything better. When I was living in LA, I used to have a routine because I tended to be sad often. I think it was like dating life in LA just kind of was always tough for me. Whenever I was sad, I went to the Bodhi Tree bookstore in West Hollywood and just toured around the bookstore. They had like nice little chairs and I would just pick books off the shelf, and they're all books like about spirituality and how to like have a happy, fulfilling life, books by the Dalai Lama, and you could buy the Bhagavad Gita there and alternative religions. And I just loved spirituality books to just read and figure out like how to get my peace again, how to get my smile back. So that was where I went. That's such an LA thing to do, but I loved that bookstore. It was kind of like a happy place for me when I was living there. Question 21, how long does it take you to take a shower? In the morning, about 5 minutes. I do it very quickly when I'm not washing my hair, and then when I wash my hair, it's in the evenings, and that's probably 10 minutes at the most. I don't take long showers. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? I like to take my time. I don't want to be rushed, so I usually give myself a full hour, and I don't need a full hour. I live close to work, so I can walk to work or bike in like 5 to 10 minutes. So I get up about an hour before. Ever been in a physical fight? Kind of think I have with my sisters. When we were younger, we used to fight. It was always like sofa fights, like couch fights, where someone like was hoarding the remote. Usually it was my older sister, or we would fight over which channel to watch. It was always like silly things like that, and we would like pull hair. We would kick and pull hair. We never like punched, but it was like, or just swatting each other. And oh, my mom would get so upset when we did that. It was never like a big event, but occasionally, yeah, there was some like hair pulling going on. I think when you have sisters, that's just sort of part of the deal. Turn on sense of humor and like wittiness, so smart humor. Turn off, I really don't like arrogance. 26, reason you joined YouTube. I joined because I was homesick with pneumonia for about a month, and I was so bored, and I was just watching channels and watching other YouTubers, and I thought, gosh, I'm buying these products, I'm buying some high-end stuff, I should start sharing what I feel about these products. I made a channel just to sort of talk about a few lipsticks I had purchased, and then it sort of grew from there. It grew slowly, but that was my reason. Fears, I can't say my real fears, but I don't know. Has to do with family stuff. Last thing that made you cry, oh gosh. Okay, 2 days ago, I was watching the Olympics, and I'm really into figure skating. If you're American, that is like every 4 years, figure skating is our national sport. And I remembered in '94 that Sergei Grinkov and Ekaterina Gordieva won the Lillehammer gold medal for pairs figure skating, and I just loved them. I was a kid, and I just thought they were the most magical pairs on ice. They were so talented, and I just loved that they were married, and it was so romantic watching them skate. And then about a year after they won gold for the second time, they were world champions often and gold medalists, he died on the rink. He was doing Skate America. It was just a heart attack, and it was the saddest thing. And I just remembered this story, so I started YouTubing them and watching all of their skating events, and I was sitting on the sofa just crying, and Martin was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, Sergei Grinkov's dead. And oh, I just loved them. They were so good. She was on Oprah afterwards. She wrote a book. I read her memoir. It's called My Sergei, a Love Story, I think it is. Oh, yeah, they were so cute, so amazing. The last time I said I love you was to Martin about an hour ago, when he was leaving. The reasons behind my YouTube name, I don't know. I mean, I'm a foreigner living in another country, so that's sort of a part of my life. It's a fact of life here, and I wanted to find like a double play on words pun, not a pun, just like a dual meaning kind of name. So we use blush, and I'm always blushing because of my dumb foreigner mistake. So I put the two together and came up with the name. I didn't put a ton of thought into it, but I also didn't like just do it in 5 seconds. I did think about it for maybe a few hours. Last book I read this book. I reread it, Augustin Burroughs' Possible Side Effects. It's so funny. I really love this book. I'm about to read The Makers by Chris Anderson. My husband's reading it right now, and when he's done, I want to read it. It's about the new industrial revolution and this idea of open source creators. We're all creators at home, doing our own contributions, that kind of thing. Martin says it's pretty fascinating. You know, a nonfiction read. Last show you watched? Okay, like a half hour ago, I watched episode 6 or 7, no, I'm on 7 or 8 of House of Cards season 2. It just came out, it was released on Friday. It's really good. It's kind of dramatic, kind of crazy. It's gonna make you hate politics, but I really like that show. It's a good show. Last person you talked to, Martin, my husband. Relationship with the last person you texted? That would be my best friend back home in California. My oldest friend from childhood. 36, favorite food? Eggs Benedict. Favorite breakfast food? I love breakfast for dinner, so any kind of breakfast thing, but I love Eggs Benedict. Place you want to visit? 37. Really want to go to Japan. I'm just dying to go there. Second choice would be South Korea, but I definitely want to go to Japan or Korea soon. Last place I was in Hawaii in California. Before that, I was in India. Did a quick trip over there around the holidays. Was there for about 5 or 6 days. I got food poisoning really bad coming home, and it was kind of like nightmare flight of my life. It was awful. We were at the gate and we just had dinner at the hotel, and then suddenly I was puking everywhere and I had to board a plane, and I was like crying, and I told my colleagues, leave me behind, I'm not getting on this plane, and they dragged my butt. They're like, you need to get on, and I was like, it was so gross. I was so sick. And they made me get on. Our plane was like a few hours delayed, so I was in the bathroom, and then they put me in a wheelchair on the plane. And then we got stuck in Qatar for a day and a half, but actually being stuck turned out to be a huge blessing because I just got a hotel room in Qatar and like slept it off. It was a nightmare. Every time I go to India, something dramatic happens. It wasn't fun, guys. 39, do you have a crush? Yeah, on my husband. Last time you kissed someone, an hour ago, my husband. Question 41, last time you were insulted. Someone recently in a position of authority made the remark to me that I was not very academic or didn't seem very academic. And that really annoyed me and made me a little sad. I felt like that's tantamount to accusing me of being stupid, to suggest I'm not educated enough, because I consider myself actually academic. I got a degree from UCLA, which is not an easy school to get into, and I got a degree with honors. I was magna cum laude. I got very few B's, and I worked my butt off. So the suggestion that I wasn't very educated or very academic, it was a long time ago. I mean, I've been out of school for a while, but this person didn't think I was very academic, and that kind of insulted me. Whatever, I don't care, except I totally care. Favorite flavor or sweet? I love ginger right now. Ingefær in Danish is the word. I just think it's so yummy, and I really like ginger flavored drinks. Like ginger boba tea. Do I play an instrument? Yes, I play the piano. I took lessons for about 9 years. And I also played the flute. Don't remember that much, but I probably could get the hang of it again. And I also played the viola for a couple years in elementary school. Wasn't so good at the viola. Favorite piece of jewelry would be my wedding ring. Last sport I played was triathlon. I used to race a lot of triathlons. I still cycle and do a little bit of this and that, but I'm not really playing that much sport anymore. Last song I sang? We were singing 9 to 5 at work the other day, and it was fun. They all know how much I love Dolly Parton. She's the best. Favorite chat up pickup line? I don't think I've ever used a pickup line. I don't think most people use pickup lines hoping for them to work. Last time you hung out with anyone? Other than Martin, it would be yesterday. I saw Anne-Louisa, my old au pair, and my sister here in Copenhagen. It was great. We had a nice brunch. Who should answer these questions next? How about all of you? Everyone who's intrigued and seen this and is interested in making a video, I challenge you to do it. It's kind of fun. Thank you so much for watching. I know I've rambled on, but it's just because it's fun to be back, and I miss you all. And yeah, anyways, take care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again. Bye.